All right, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Happy RC Tuesday, everyone. Hope that y'all had a wonderful week or going to have a wonderful week. So tonight's little subject or topic is why, what? 4 questions to ask. So I'm going to start with Dennis.
Why do you have to start with me?
Because you're just there. So question number 1, why are you into this hobby?
What's that?
Why are you into the hobby, into this hobby?
Keeps me out of trouble. It's kind of relaxing.
What's up, Thompson? What's up, Kevin?
Mostly because of the community, all the people in it.
Yeah.
What's up, Bushman?
Yeah, you can't find a better group of people in any other hobby.
That is true.
And you could just express yourself through your vehicles that you build.
There are some bad ones, but yes, I agree. There's a lot of good people. But just like in any other hobby, there is some bad apples.
Oh, always.
Always. That's a given.
But I've had numerous hobbies that, you know, they all think that they've got the best and that they're better than you. And this hobby is not really like that because there's, you know, so many different sides of the hobby. You know, between off-road, on-road, water, air, robotics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this doesn't cost me thousands a month to try to stay into.
Yep.
Good thing you said a month. Like you stalled for a little bit and then you said a month.
When he gets a disability check.
Yeah.
I heard that. Hold on.
Sorry, senior citizen check.
Oh, no, I get a check. I definitely get a check.
Yep.
No, it's mostly because it's more relaxing and more versatile to go out and do something with it. There's not just one designated area for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. What about you, Tank?
Well, why am I into this hobby? Because I like it. I like to tinker with my hands. I like building stuff. I like getting my hands busy on something. And this is something I like doing, and I like doing it with my son and family. So basically the main reason I'm with this.
Nice.
Keep me busy.
And Eric, what about you?
It's about the same. I mean, this time last year, I was in it, but I didn't know y'all. I didn't know any of y'all.
I didn't know you either.
And it keeps me out of trouble big time, because if I wasn't at home, I'd be out somewhere at the club. So, and my wife would rather me be at home in this room all night long than on the streets. And it helps a lot with my PTSD, because it keeps my mind on the task at hand.
Cool.
It definitely makes a day go by fast when you're out.
You know, I met all y'all. All y'all are great people. So I mean, it is what it is. I like it. It keeps me out of trouble.
But not our wallets.
Now that, I think that comes with any hobby, though. If you're in a hobby, yeah, you're gonna spend some money.
That's any hobby. Everything goes with the price tag.
Yeah.
And you, Chris, why are you in here? Why are you in this hobby?
Because it is it's a whole lot of fun. I mean, this hobby has opened up so much for me in the 12, 13 years I've been doing it. Plus meeting you guys, I got more social, hanging out with people, because I never used to be social. I would never talk to anybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun hobby, and getting some of the vehicles that I probably never get to afford in my lifetime. So be able to drive the smaller versions still as fun as driving the real thing.
It is good to socialize because, like you mentioned, even if you're a person that does not socialize, you can do this hobby with other people on the trail, but just keep to yourself. So
Yeah.
when you're on the trail with a lot of people, you have two choices. Either stick with people and talk to them while you're driving, or just be by yourself and just drive. So there's two ways to look at it when you're driving it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes I like driving by myself. Other times I like having a group of people around.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to share ideas with other people and to get ideas from them about certain things.
Yeah. Yeah, just like with the construction stuff I'm doing. Usually I tend to get myself into vehicles that nobody else around here does, and then
I know. That's my fault. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. What's up, Queenie? Lyle.
Hey, Queen.
Brandon.
But yeah, I always get myself into vehicles that nobody really gets into, and then Jake and Jonathan came along on the construction stuff, and just been having a blast on it.
Cool.
'Cause last year it was just me, myself. That's it. All right. Let's see what we got here. Old man Dennis. All right. Second question is, why did you start a YouTube channel? Did you do it for entertainment purposes? Did you do it for money? Or did you do it for fame?
I started mine just to share my builds with other people besides the people that I talk with. It wasn't to try and make money. It wasn't to try and, get any kind of recognition or maybe like any kind of notary from anybody. I wasn't trying to do it to be noticed by a lot of people, like some people do it just to get their name out there and be noticed. That's not why I did it.
No.
I did it just to share my
name known.
What's that?
There's people out there that want to make money from YouTube. Yeah, good luck with that. You got to be here for years, decades.
Yeah. Why did you start a YouTube channel, Chris?
I started after just getting into the hobby and seeing everybody's videos, and I like how everybody had their little production name and what they were doing, and I was like, I want to try this out, and so I started doing it, and I didn't know anything about filming and really at all that much, and so I just started doing these videos, and I had fun doing it, just going out making my little videos. But I didn't do it for the money or fame or popularity or anything like that. I do it for the love of the hobby, and I have a big passion for filmmaking, because that's actually something I pursued in my life, was working in the movie industry, working on film sites and stuff, movie studios and stuff. So when I can combine both of my hobbies together, that's a win-win. I can do the type of videos I want to do. Fortunately.
How about you, Tank?
I started a YouTube channel to share my videos with families, but it was family videos. One of the first videos I have on here is actually my son, and it's still up. So it was the only place that we had that I could put a full-length video that lasted a long time. I don't even think Facebook was up back then. And even if it was, I don't think the videos, you could actually upload that long of a video. And then I started getting into this with my son, and then I started sharing with other people the hobby and the passion, and started making example videos and teaching people. So it just snowballed from there.
Yeah, that's the same with me almost.
And then monetization came. Oh my God. It was like, wow, I'm going to make money now. Not.
Yeah, I made a little bit of money off of YouTube, but not a whole lot. Not enough to quit my job.
No. I make some also. I make about $100 a month, not even. And
I don't
that's
even see
Canadian,
that.
which is a lot.
Yeah, I don't even see that anymore.
Okay. But it's fun to have. It's neat, and it pushes yourself to be more creative or to do more stuff. But lately, I relax more on the YouTube and spend time more with the family than doing YouTube stuff. So,
Curtis D, what's going on?
What's up?
RC Crawler Central. If you scroll all the way up to the top in chat, the link is there if you want to still get in.
Okay, yeah, it's still there. Thought I took it down because last time we had it up, we had the jump fella go on.
Yeah, let's not go there. Last time you had it up, there were some characters.
What's up, Curtis?
All right, so let's do the next one. Why did you pick your YouTube name?
it's easy. It was for the family, so the Tank RC. But it used to be the Tank RC Odyssey, because an Odyssey is a trip that you take, like the Space Odyssey, or it's an Odyssey. So it used to be the Tank RC Odyssey for me and my son.
Yeah.
But then Jack started making fun of me. He goes, "What the heck is that? An Odyssey? What the heck is that? Like you're going in space. You're doing it." Like he was really laughing at my name. So I just took the Odyssey out of there. So it used to be the Tank RC Odyssey. The what?
Sean.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Sean?
Because of old school Frank the Tank.
Yeah. And then my nephews always called me Uncle Tank, so that's why I called myself the Tank. So the Tank RC.
Nice. What about you, Dennis?
When I started it, I was doing a lot of trailing and decided, you know what? Trail Crawlers RC sounds like a good name for a channel, because I just started getting into the crawling side of it, and like I said, I was doing a lot of the trailing. So I figured, why not?
And plus, it probably wasn't taken back then.
Well, my YouTube channel was DGRC Dennis for a while, and when I seen that somebody else had DGRC, I was like, yeah, okay, well, we'll scratch that and change it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like me. When I first started, I had my channel as LARC Adventures. And of course, everyone was doing RC Adventures because of Medic and his videos. So I changed it. I went to LA Crawler 25, which is what my YouTube name is or whatever. But with everything I was doing, I didn't feel like it fit with what I was actually doing, so I changed it to RC84Films. Since
What's
I'm
84 for?
the year I was born.
Oh, cool. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, so RC. I was born in '84, and I'm making films, so RC84Films.
Well,
Plus,
there
it
you
was
go,
not,
Dennis. 46 kg for the steering. Should be enough.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that should be plenty.
46 kg
What are you putting that on?
on
An
my
18-pound truck.
truck.
The one that one you started yesterday?
Yep.
Oh shit! I got one up here. Where is it?
yeah, 3 YouTube names. RCDC. Yeah, I have.
I got a 45.
So I'm going to crank up my Beck to 7.4. So I can have 46. Oh, maybe I can't. I don't know. Because the crane only works up to 6 volts.
Put the crane on. Okay.
Anyways, we'll see once I get there.
Yeah, once you get there. All right.
Well, the crane you should be able to work just off the receiver, correct?
Yes, but so does the servo has to work off the receiver. And that's why I was going to crank up the voltage to 7.4.
Oh.
So maybe I will crank up the voltage, and if I blow it up, I guess. But hopefully, if I do crank it up, hopefully it's going to work faster. That's what I'm hoping. Because right now the crane is pretty darn slow.
Right. And
Bushman, I'm good with the Trail Crawlers RC. It kind of gives you a little bit of both.
yeah. So my fourth question is, what kind of RC person are you? Are you a basher? Are you a crawler? Are you a drifter? Are you a boater?
Trail and crawling for me.
Me, it's trail and bashing, but more, I guess, doing more scale trailing.
Yeah.
And not comp crawling, but like building scale trucks or making something look real, but in small scale.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm into, I started off in the crawlers, but I'm into every part of the hobby from land, air, and sea. So I guess I'm the person that likes everything.
I don't have planes. I have a couple drones, but I don't have planes yet.
I had a plane.
And now the tree has it.
No, it was in the trash can somewhere now.
Does it crash too often?
Yeah, once you crash it 4 or 5 times and try to glue it back, it just doesn't last too much longer. And I hadn't flown my drone in years.
That's what I do. I do crawling. About to get into drag racing and drones, and scale too also. But yeah, I was going to get into planes, but unlike a crawler, if you roll it over and crash, you can start again. With a plane, if you crash, that's it.
It depends on how bad the crash is.
Well,
okay, I'm flying. Put it that way.
When you're flying, it's not called a trash can. It's called a crash can.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened to my drone.
And plus, when you're crawling, it's a cheaper fix when something breaks than it is when you crash a plane.
Yeah. Kevin says, I like the scale side of RC.
It's pretty. Doesn't that look pretty? Hey, Dennis, doesn't that look pretty?
Oh yeah.
Does that make you want to take your HGC6 out?
Nope.
Nope.
It does make me want to put it over here on the bench and start tearing it down so I can start getting paint on it.
Well, what you waiting for?
Just do it.
I got other stuff I got to finish up.
What? You're not done with your hover around yet?
My Power Wheels wheelchair.
Yeah. You got to put little mirrors on the side of it.
You're mean.
Hey, that's what my dad did at his. He pimped his out.
Hey, if I had to ride in a hover around for the rest of my life, you damn best believe I'll be pimping it out.
Yeah. He got little mirrors on the side of it. He's got a little phone holder there so you can see his GPS. It's like, what are you going to do? Get lost in the mall?
See, that's fucked up.
And see, that's when you make that remark to me, I turn around and run your ass over with it.
Fact.
Yeah. Big John, what's it?
Big John Stud.
What's up, Big John?
Kevin Gibbs says, I'm thinking about putting a couple of light bars on my chair. Those little
I
neon.
just seen a video on TikTok the other day that somebody had done that to their father's wheelchair. They put a light bar on it. They put the big fucking semi mirrors on it. A couple cup holders, a CB.
You need a winch on that.
Stereo.
You need a winch on that.
Yeah, it's not scale if you don't have a winch.
We won't go there either. No, I have fun doing what I'm doing with these. I used to have fun with the racing and all, but it got to be too competitive, too expensive, and just got out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The same way with the car shows I used to do. It was just so expensive to do it.
Now, you're talking about show and shine, or you're talking about 1-to-1?
1-to-1.
Yeah, I try to do a couple of car shows with my brother's truck I had. It gets expensive.
I did it for 7 years. I traveled all over the East Coast. And these shows I went to are like 3-day car shows. So you got your hotel room expense, your food expense, your gas expense to getting in. And then every 6 months, you got to redo the car, change it up,
Yeah.
repaint.
It's like me and my wife were going to go see my dad today, and we saw it's a Ford something. I forgot to look it up, but I know damn well I couldn't afford it, but I know there's a body out there for it for an RC car.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna give me one of those. Yeah, when I went to USCE, that was my first time ever going to an event like that. Man, you might as well tell. That was like a crackhead saying he got free crack.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's what it's all about. I'm definitely coming next year. And now we're gonna go every year and use it as a vacation.
There you go. Well, if I ever get a vacation from work, I'm gonna go see Dennis.
Why don't you just take a long weekend in May, go to Beat the Creek, Eric's going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Yep, I'm going to be the creek
Just make a long weekend of it.
because it's only 8 hours for me. That ain't nothing.
It's 6 for me.
The creek is where at?
Maysville, Kentucky.
Maysville, Kentucky.
And I just saw some videos on it. Yeah, I'm definitely going next year.
Yeah, Maysville, Kentucky. You won't regret it. Thompson RC was there this year. Sheiky RC was there. Sean, RC
Queenie.
Voodoo, Queenie.
Queenie was there. If you know a Queenie can go, you know I can go.
If they allow Queenie there, you're allowed to go.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Kevin, if Beat the Creek's only 5 hours from you, you need to get your ass in your truck and get out here.
Let's see.
How far is it from you, Dennis?
6 hours.
6 hours?
I'm trying to look it up myself.
Maysville, Kentucky. It was the exact same place that they just held the Rocktoberfest this weekend.
Yep.
Mayville, Kentucky.
May is the month.
May.
Ville.
May. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit all the trails this year, or this next one. I only really had a chance to hit 3 of them.
Let's see how far it is from me.
Sean said that he would drive to Florida because Kentucky is like driving to work for him.
Another thing, like what I'm doing now, I'm making a power wagon out of my, out of my Gen 7.
Right.
And so right here in the back, there's not a bed out there anywhere that will fit this. So I'm making this out of wood. So then that way I can connect the bed to the cab and both of them to the chassis.
So it's 14 hours for me to go there, and I go right by Cleveland.
Damn. I'll take that trip.
Come on, Tank.
I would take that trip in a hot minute. Where's my ruler?
She's in the other room.
Yeah, she is in another room. Actually, I just cooked for her.
So it is 9 hours and 23 minutes for me.
Oh shit! Wait! Hold up! If it's not, wait, hold up. Where are you at again?
I'm on the coast of North Carolina.
How far are you from Wilmington? Put it that way. Are you north or south of Wilmington?
I am like literally 10 minutes from Wilmington.
All right, that's all I need to know. I think I know where you're at.
What's up, Kurt?
Let me see here. I think it's 3 hours from me to you.
I hear that printer squealing back there.
Oh yeah, it's been going all day.
It was going last night also.
Yeah. Where did I print last night? I finished my chassis. Now I just got to figure out what I'm gonna put on it.
Thanks, Will. makes me feel even better knowing that you're only like an hour away from there.
Yeah, so
Cool.
Yeah, Kurt, it'd probably take you a couple days to get there, unless you fly.
I ain't flying.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No, it's a hassle to bring a lipos in it. You're allowed, but it's a hassle.
I'd rather drive, because then you don't have to be on a schedule to leave.
Yep.
Well, then you come pick me up and we'll go.
Is that a 2-day event or just a single day?
2-day, but they're possibly going to throw a 3rd day in.
Oh yeah.
Hit the wrong button. What were you saying there, Dennis?
Oh, he was talking all kinds of crap about you, man.
Oh, he always does. I'm used to that.
I said right now it's 2-day event, but they're possibly talking about adding a 3rd day to it. I said right now it's.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, right now it's May 6th and 7th. They might do the 5th. So it'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, instead of everybody move in Friday for vending and then people start showing up to set up for the swap meet, and then everyone starts rolling in early Saturday morning.
Kurt says it takes him 1 day and 12 hours to get there. Yeah, you stay in your part of the country over there in California.
Yeah, just keep to the curbs. Yeah, it's a long ways. It'd take me a while to get to California just for Axial Fest.
Oh no, if I got to go anywhere west of the Mississippi, plane.
All I got to do is jump on I-40. I'll hit California.
Not me. Nah, Queenie, you'll be back at Beat the Creek. Don't say might. You'll go back.
You know she's going back because she just bought all them crawlers.
She's part of the family now.
Right.
Exactly.
And knowing that me, you,
Sean,
Pinky, Sean, and even Thompson, we're all going to be there. And possibly Chris.
I don't know. That's a lot of days.
Oh,
It's a lot of days.
a lot of days. You just tell your uncle you're fucking leaving for the weekend.
Right?
I got to tell the boss man I'm leaving for a whole week.
Matter of fact,
you almost got to take Friday off and Monday off.
That's what I do. I just take a 4-day weekend.
We'll see.
I actually take a half a day on Thursday, get all my shit packed up and ready. This way, all I got to do is drive right around the corner, load all my stuff into my buddy's trailer, and then we leave.
Maybe you can pick up Brad.
That's not.
We're not going there.
No, I don't think he could walk the trails over there.
No.
He would have to get in better shape.
Yeah, he'd have a hard time just walking from Vendors Road to just the barn where they do all the construction stuff.
Yeah.
So you went last year, Dennis?
Yes.
So it's handicap accessible.
Describe handicap.
If you're talking wheelchair, I don't think USTE, Beat the Creek, any of those things like that is not good for people in the wheelchair. If you're not steady on your feet, I would.
I know where he was going with it.
You're. I don't know where he's going with it, but yeah. The boss said, "Yeah, tentative. We're going. We got to check out her work schedule, but yeah."
Just make sure you have it scribbled in. That's all.
I'll see what I can do.
Calendar. It's already in my phone.
Yeah, because the posts that I've seen since Sunday from people going to Rocktoberfest, they can't wait to go to Beat the Creek because it's their first time there, and it wasn't as big as Beat the Creek. And Beat the Creek kicks off all the events for the year.
No, it doesn't. USTE does.
Badlands.
If you're in good weather, it does.
Big John D. Fiscal. Badlands.
Bless you. Bless you.
R. They can say Q. R.
She just told you to shut up. Hey, the boss has spoken. Oh, you told me to shut up. I ain't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
I said bless you.
That don't count. If you hear me thinking. If you can hear me thinking, we in trouble.
If I could take a week off of work to go to Axial Fest and go to Indiana, I'd go.
Axial Fest is in Arizona.
They have one in Attica, Indiana, and the other one is in California, down our ski ranch. The Attica, Indiana is actually a 1-to-1 park.
They have a huge construction event. Yeah, they'll laugh at me if I take mine out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you went to Beat the Creek, you don't have to bring any of your construction stuff. Just bring your trucks because they have all the construction shit set up in the barn you could run. And it's all RC 4-wheel drive and canoe, and it's all the big money shit.
Oh, yeah. All my little shit. Badlands.
Yeah, that's the one that's in Indiana. That they call it Axial Fest Badlands.
Oh, okay. I'm
Because
thinking
it's actually at Badlands 1-to-1 park.
Okay. I was thinking about a RC track out in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, called Badlands.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
That was like my first race event I went to just to go see it. And I was like, wow, these guys are hardcore, full on trailers. Like freaking NASCAR event.
January 13th and 14th kicks off the event, the season. Wow. Like there's still 2 or 3 feet of snow here.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, you're trucking through the snow there too.
What's snow look like?
Right? I haven't seen snow in almost 8 years.
You know that stuff you have in your backyard that covers up all your RC park? That liquid shit?
Oh.
That's just a liquid form of the white stuff.
So kind of like your beard.
No, it's not dirty and all over the place.
It would be down here in the South.
Damn it, I've been debating on which tire to use, and I just don't know.
Well, you're at the perfect time.
The round one.
Yeah, the square one.
Shut up, Dennis. Chris, you're square.
You asked the question, we gave an answer.
Yeah, Kevin said snow is rain 2.0.
Rain is snow 2.0. Yeah. The H2O.
Oh, Queenie, they already got their cabin booked for Axial Fest. Cheaters.
What, Attica? Unless she's going to California.
I think the one in California has them.
I'll just sleep in the back of my truck.
Because you're sleeping in a cabin, not a tent.
I'll sleep in the back of my truck.
You got to rough it. Oh, Attica has the cabins. My bad, Queenie.
Oh, she getting bougie.
Bougie.
I'm telling you. She's not going camping. She's going glamping.
No, that's not even glamping.
I can put me a little blow-up mattress in the back of the bed of the truck and just sleep.
I'm going and getting a new tent, new air mattress.
That's cheating. They ain't roughing it.
My back ain't roughing it on the ground. Nope.
Nah, the air mattress.
I do, time to time step up into the times.
At times. I used to do pool floats.
Oh, I ain't making that drive.
Oh, Kevin going to be bringing an 18-foot camper, a Jayco Featherlight. Well, you better make room because I'm going to jump in there.
Exactly. Be like, all right, let's go. We staying with Kevin.
You leave them big fuzzy kids at home.
Big fuzzy kids at home.
What's up, Gooch?
Gooch.
Come on, man.
Hey, Eric, there's a file for a 3D printed bed that goes in between the bed rails, right?
Yeah, I tried it. I got it right here. Doesn't fit.
No?
I mean, if I cut in some places and sand it down, I can make it fit, but
Can you mod the file a little bit where you can narrow it?
no, it's not the narrowing, it's the whole lineup. But I think I can sand it and cut it to make it fit. Oh, that might just work.
All these guys talking about bringing these big ass campers.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah, I got it. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect.
I'll be rolling up in an 09 Edge with the fucking tent coming out the back. Right where we were camping, there was 2 tents over from us. What was it? Either a Toyota or a Nissan that they had turned into an overland. It had the rack with the tent up on the top.
Oh, yeah.
underneath in the rack was like another bunk area, and then they had the tent come off the back of that. Well, then that means there'd be two of them in there, Kevin. Because so do I. Two Yetis making noise in the middle of the night.
Kirsty says, I love my camper.
I wish I had one.
But me too.
Me too.
I'm good without one. A little bit of work popping up a tent and throwing some sleeping bags out never hurt nobody.
So, Dennis,
Yes, sir.
for doing ABS plastic, gluing the plastic together, I tried Plastiwell. I tried this one. It works okay. I tried this one. I like this one better for the ABS. It says they both work, but still it doesn't hold as good as this. This is true ABS glue, the yellow glue that you use on plumbing.
Right.
This is what I used on this now, and this friggin' thing's not coming apart compared to these guys.
Yeah, I've used the Plastiweld on all my cross builds, and not one of them have busted apart yet.
I think the other one was coming apart because there was paint. I tried to get the paint off, but you know.
Oh yeah.
So on this one, I'm putting everything together, the chassis together, not the frame, not the bed or the top. And right. I'm spray painting everything green, army green. The axle, the servos, everything's going to be army green. And then I'm going to weather it, and then I'm going to build the top of it. And also that I'm going to paint the whole thing army green. So I'm doing it like the army usually does, is they get a truck, they just take the spray gun and just paint everything.
Yep. They don't care what's behind it, they paint over it.
Yep.
Yeah. I just used the CA glue on mine.
CA glue is not good because the CA glue does not melt the plastic. That's what a lot of people don't realize. When you're gluing ABS and you're using CA glue, you're just gluing the two pieces together. Yeah. When you use ABS glue, it actually melts it and it welds it together. Way stronger. You got to weld it together, not glue it. That's what your ABS glue is going to do.
As long as it stays stuck together, I'm good.
That's me too. As long as it's stuck together.
Until it rolls down the first hill and then everything comes apart.
Well, the HC6 never rolls down the hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I would drive it, yes, it would.
I know mine's just a trail truck. Ain't going up mountains of rocks.
Bless you.
Shut up, Dennis.
No, that's you. Shut up. I'm being nice.
Yeah, because Christmas is coming up.
I ain't being nice to him or her for that.
Well, why be nice for Christmas? It's too late for me this year. Shit. It's already too late for me.
That's one holiday I don't want to think about.
Me either. Me either.
Now, if I make it to one of the event, it might be UST. That's the one I'd like to make it to.
One of these days I'll make it.
I'm definitely going to UST.
just because it's what I do. I like building scale stuff, and that's what that place is all about. Even the trails are scaled and things like that. So,
Well, I'm gonna have to start me a GoFundMe page.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, GoFundMe for USTE.
Yeah, or or the Beat the Creek.
Beat the Creek. Figure it'll be 20 to get in, camp all weekend,
Yep.
and then you just bring yourself a little Coleman stove or a little grill, whatever you think it's going to cost for gas. And if your truck gets good mileage, then it's a plus because now you've got extra money for whatever. I went with $400, came home with 190.
Hmm.
I didn't go expecting to buy a lot of shit. I just wanted to go just for the experience of an event.
Well, if it's not the old ball guy,
Oh, if it's not floating head.
That's funny. All y'all looked.
What's up, Troy?
Like, ain't that the old
okay.
guy? Y'all like,
So Dennis, were you there the other night, Dennis? Sunday? I don't think you were there. You weren't on Kurt's channel Sunday, were you? For the short time I was there.
I don't think so. I can't remember.
No, he wasn't. Because I wanted to ask him something Sunday. He wasn't on.
Oh, that figures. When you need him, he's never around.
Exactly. and then when he is around, he's useless. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you, Dennis. Does what you got any chassis does a Dirty South chassis fit on a Gen 7?
The Predator chassis does.
Okay, cool. All right, that's all. That's what I wanted to ask you. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, Predator chassis works on the Dirty South. Or
Yeah,
the Gen 7.
Hey, Dennis, I got another one of them scale hubs. My 6th Boom Racing rim finally came in. So if you want another one,
That's up to you.
yeah, when I get back home, I'll pop it in the mail.
'Cause as soon as I put these on, I posted the pictures up on the one group I'm in for this.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Where'd you get those? Where'd you get those? Is there a link?"
Those hubs?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can buy. I don't know if you can buy them by themselves.
Yep.
Can you? Okay.
Yep.
I knew that you could get them with the rims. I just didn't know if you.
Yeah, they've got them on the site just by themselves.
So the tires came in. The Hyrax crawlers. Them things are like paper thin.
Yeah.
So I ended up putting hard blue closed cell foam in them, which really stiffened them up.
What's up, John?
And what are you putting those on?
A Baja Ray, but they're going to be the show wheels and tires. It'll run around on stocks. The stock wheels and tires when it's out running. Those are just the show wheels and tires. I'm not going to get them all jacked up.
Yeah, the Hyrax, it's a good tire, but it is real soft.
Yeah.
What tire is that?
The Proline Hyrax. G8.
The soft tire is the green compound for these landmines.
Yeah.
Those are soft too, but not like the Hyrax.
Yeah, I've got them put up. Yeah, My wife asked how soft they were, and I said, kind of like a condom.
You stupid.
And of course, the Vendetta got here from Jay. Oh, I did some measuring, and then guys,
You're still too small.
Which one was it? I gotta look. A guy put the 2050 kV Spectrum out of his 6S Mojave into a Vendetta, and that's a 40 millimeter can. So I can do the Monster 8S with a 1650 kV, which is a 41 millimeter can, and it will just fit.
Wow.
So it's the Vendetta is going to be a freaking beast. If that thing won't push 160, something's wrong.
If it pushes 160, I don't want to be in there around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some aero work to the chassis. I found the parts. I just got to get them bought. That'll help a ton. Keep it stuck down. But I'm gonna have to modify a transmitter with a range booster. So I may leave it on the Spectrum transmitter and do it to that. That way I don't screw up my GT5.
No, UST is gonna cost you some money because you got to think that's also the weekend of Daytona 500. So those prices are gonna go through the roof.
Well,
Yeah.
she's already got her cabin booked, so she's not going to have to worry about that.
Must be nice to have money.
That's
So
what I keep saying. Must be nice to have money.
Dennis has put the super crawler back under wraps.
You can afford anything as long as you budget for it.
I hear Tank. Where's Tank? Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Hi, Tank.
See, I'm Vanna White tonight. I got my hands.
Yeah. Looks like you're starting on a King Holler.
Nope.
Is that
It's
what
a
that
Cross
is?
RC. Cross RC HC4.
Oh, okay.
So I found a 3D printed file for M35.
Yeah,
97 pieces.
and that's how many days?
390.
No, if I think the total print time would be 7 days.
Dang.
Because there's just so many parts. Not because the parts roughly take about, the longest part I think was like 6 hours. But there's just so many pieces.
Yep.
Just do it. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, really.
Oh, I'm not. That's on the list for next year.
Kind of like the Vendetta. That's going to be a late winter, early spring project. Once I get all the parts together.
Because my winter project. Oh, that ain't gonna work. I'll figure it out.
The nice thing is when I go home in November, we're moving again. And instead of a hobby corner, I'll have a hobby room. I might actually be able to finish the P51. Have a nice shelf to put the cars on.
There you go.
Instead of stacked everywhere.
Package has been shipped. I should be here this weekend.
Wife went home the other day. She walked in the house, called me. She goes, "Did a bomb go off in your corner of the bedroom?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "There's crap everywhere." I said, "Yeah, I know."
Well, my wife came back here the other day. She goes, "You need to clean your room." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "You need to stay out of my room."
Yeah, my wife. Only time she comes down here is to put something I left upstairs. She comes down, she sets it down, and walks away.
Huh.
I have my room, and she has the laundry room, so we're all good.
Damn. If I were to say that, I'd be dead.
Dang, that's really messed up.
The wife wants one corner of the hobby room. She's gotten into them little miniature static model things. You know, like I don't know, one of them's like an RV, another one's a log cabin. And she started the RV like a couple months ago, but so she wants her own little corner. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to work.
Tell her she's got the laundry room. That's what I tell her.
Mm.
Got her own little corner right in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Barefoot, naked, and pregnant. That's where they deserve to be.
Oh.
Well, damn.
I'd be dead.
Dead.
Damn.
We own guns, and she knows the code to the safe. I'd be dead.
Lucky for me, mine doesn't know where mine are.
And she didn't kill me that way. She put something in my food. She'd sneak some crab meat or something into the chili, and then I'd really be dead.
No, she just tell my mother. Trust me, I would rather her shoot me than her tell my mother. Y'all just don't know. My mother is. Woo. Yeah, it is time to roll up.
Kevin Gibbs said that's crazy talk, Tank.
I'm just waiting for Queenie to say something, but I guess she's not there anymore.
Well, we know after the night, if we don't see Tank, we know what happened. If he ends up on the back of a milk carton, be like, "Oh, we know what happened to Tank, but we ain't gonna say nothing because we want to stay alive ourselves."
Right.
I'm like,
She must have been watching the stream.
exactly.
I'll make sure I forward it to her email.
Barefoot, naked, and pregnant, huh?
Oh.
Dominic Sim at hotmail.com. Make sure you bookmark the time. Make sure you bookmark the time.
Because I'm sending that motherfucker real quick. You know what this motherfucker said?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they've had this conversation before because he's giving you her email.
I know.
Yeah.
Every time somebody comes in here in my house, that's what I tell them. I have the home theater that I converted because my wife has the laundry room for her. So we each have our room.
Now watch Thursday. He's going to be filming from the laundry room.
Yeah, she'll have kicked him out of his room.
Yeah, she took over. She took over his room. He'll be in the laundry room.
Ross RC. I
But
gotta,
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta, I gotta, I gotta go check out what Tank's building. I gotta see.
This is a cool truck.
Ross
So far.
RC.
It's HC4
Military truck?
military
Yes.
truck. Yep. 2-speed transmission, and these are the axles for it. Here's the rear. Axle comes pre-assembled. I did open them
Oh,
to
okay.
grease
Wait.
them up.
It's a 5-ton.
Yep.
All right. You see, I'm looking at like the DC-8, and
Okay.
let's see what else we got here. Oh, there we go. The HGP-802 Hemet.
I wanted the same thing, but in a 6x6. But this is the one I got. So. I did some work for a friend, and this is payment for me. He paid me this truck. So I'm not going to argue. I'll take it. I wanted the 6x6, but I'll take that one.
Hey, man, you're missing 2 axles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And now it's time to put the axle on. The rear
Ooh,
one.
excuse me. Man's entire RC collection burns on the lawn. News at 11. No. House blows up in Canada.
Massive house fire.
What's up, Guru? Gucci skunk. That sounds like some weed. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So who is going to come out with the next bestseller? Like,
Well, the next new release.
no. I'm not saying the next new release. How like they came out with XS came out with 24. Do you think there's anything new that can come out that could beat that?
Now, anything that comes out that's not 24th scale is going to beat it. I have some, but I am not a 1/24th guy.
I have one.
I have one.
Sitting right about there.
Tank, they got some cool stuff, but that's way more higher price than. Wow.
Oh,
What?
look at the BC-8.
That's what I was just
BCA,
looking at. $2,000. You get your
Yep.
boat fixed, your armored car fixed, your
Yeah.
I'm not a boat person.
Crawler
Like, if I
fix.
want a boat. I want a real boat.
That amphibious one I like. That's the one I would get.
Oh yeah.
The new TC-8.
Yep.
I think I'll stick with my $600 to $700 ones.
Nah, you
The
would.
wife would shoot me if I spent $2,000 on an RC car.
Oh, any of you need to
Oh,
do.
I did that, some shit like that.
Yeah, but you buy two and you spend more than that.
Well,
I can, for $2,000? Or are you talking about $1,000?
no, the BCH $2,000. I mean,
Oh,
I
no.
could go out and buy 3 Vortex. I could buy 3 Vortex and all the parts to build them up for that. And that's including Castle Power Systems.
Yeah, but you won't have a BC-8.
True, but yeah, I didn't. Now my buddy up in Dallas, he'd spend that, and then his wife would shoot him like she did last month.
Ah, not a problem.
He went from I got him started.
That was
He
your
was
first mistake.
he's a ex-Navy SEAL. He served with Chris Kyle, and he was retiring, and he was bored as all get out, and he was driving his wife nuts. I said, dude, I started showing him some stuff. I said, go get you a plane or something, something you can go screw around with and get out of the house. Well, he got to looking. He goes, man, that tank's cool. And so we got him a one of the Tamiya M1s with all the bells and whistles.
Oh yeah.
And he has yet to finish it. But he's also bought 9 more.
He's bought 9 more.
And none of them were finished. And 8 of them he bought last month, and she had to pull money out of the savings to pay the mortgage payment. His ass was grass.
I guess.
He goes, I can't do that. I said, no, you can't do that. I said, the bill's got to come first, then the play money.
Thank you, Ruru. Stop.
And to answer Kevin's question earlier, if we think Traxxas is going to come up with a 6 scale, I highly doubt it.
No,
Traxxas is more in the speed realm of RC.
I would say more of the entry level of RC.
That's why they came out with the smaller ones now.
Oh, they're just trying to catch up with Axle. That's all.
They're trying to get on the bandwagon.
I think Arma will do a 1.6 and a 1.5 before long. They've been kind of headed in that direction. I mean, the Mojave's what, a 1.8?
The reason why Traxxas doesn't make as much money as, say, Horizon Hobbies, for one, you can only buy Traxxas at Traxxas.
Right.
Their parts suck. Their chargers suck. Their batteries suck.
Yeah.
Don't say that to the Traxxas fan.
Well,
and I think if Traxxas came out with a 1.6 scale, they'd have to veer away from the regular TRX chassis style.
Yep.
They have to come up with something different.
Yep.
They'd have to almost go all metal.
I wouldn't buy it anyway because it says Traxxas. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Well, Traxxas has its place. It's a good entry level RC, and it is. I mean, it's entry level. It will teach you how to work on, fix, and tune like nothing else.
Well, you really can't call it an entry level because it's not priced as an entry level.
Entry level should be priced at less than 100. Take that back. 150 and below.
I'm talking like we're talking entry level hobby grade, not a WL Toys or a.
Right. It's still.
Yeah, but if you want, I mean, first of all, I'm not going to spend $300-400 on a Traxxas if you've never had an RC in your hand before.
$300-400. What Traxxas is buying for $300?
If somebody doesn't like it, then you end up with it. Well, okay, I got a $400 crawler, truck, race car, whatever. They don't want to play with it. Now I got to sell it. If you get something cheap that you can kind of fix up and put different tires on, things like that, to see if they like it, you're better off in the long run.
But see, that's just it. That's what people do. The first thing they go out and buy is a Traxxas 2-wheel drive Slash or a 4x brushed. They're picking, the 2-wheel drive Slash is $200.
Yeah, but when you're talking about an entry level, though, people are looking. They want to spend as little as possible because they might not want to keep venturing into the hobby. So they'll spend $300 maybe.
That's why the 2-wheel drive Slash is so popular because right now it's $200 and walk out of the hobby shop with it.
Right, but nowadays, look at it like this, though. Seeing how, like, the trail and crawler side has blown up as big as it has.
Yeah.
The only entry levels that there are now are going to be in the Red Cat.
Yep.
And
I'm sorry, Red Cat's worse than Traxxas.
ECX. Those are going to be the entry levels. And even with Axial, with the base camp, it's not really an entry level, but it is a beginner.
Yeah.
Where you're not spending $700-800 on a truck. And
the thing I like about the base camp is they called it what it is. It's a base model.
Exactly.
And you can go far with it.
Yeah, you can make it whatever you want to. That's the nice thing about it.
I think a lot of reasons people like Red Cat is they have a decent selection, and it's an entry level company. It's not gonna go up against Traxxas, Horizon Hobby, all those people like the Axel, but
Arma.
Every now and again they come out with something good. And
now, if Arma wants to make more money than what they're making on the bashing side, they should step up and get into the crawling side.
That would be cool. That would be awesome.
Yep.
I don't know that Arma will. Arma's more. They're trying to go after especially with the USGT really coming back. That's more where they're headed. Just the track stuff.
Right.
I'm not seeing.
Like back when Traxxas started, their whole outlook on everything, and their famous line was Traxxas, the fastest in the hobby.
Yep.
Yeah. And they ain't no more.
Now,
long shot.
Right. Well, they quit saying that because other people have come out with a lot faster. They've come out with a lot more durable platforms.
Traxxas tried to keep up. They did the VXL6 system under contract from Castle, which is basically it's a Monster X and a 3550. But the thing is, they ain't got a chassis that can really handle that. Even the UDR can't handle it. It breaks.
All right, here, prime example. Brandon Timberland just said, Red Cat came a long way over the years and got to give them that. Right. Now, they were one of the first ones to actually do the 1/6 scale electric trail/crawler.
Oh, that big hunk of junk.
Right. Well, it wasn't the greatest of sellers, so they just got rid of it.
Well, it was a Chinese knockoff of another company.
Yeah.
Right. So now Axial stepped up, and they have two of them. I don't think Traxxas is going to even attempt it.
No.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to sit back and see how long it takes before the 1/6 market slows down. Because that's a big chunk of change to really hand out for one truck.
Yeah, I think the TRX4 and that size would be all that Traxxas does. I don't think they'll go bigger. They might go smaller.
They already went smaller. They went to a 1/18 scale.
I think I think they'll go do a 124, but it'll be through Latrax instead of Traxxas.
Now, I personally think the Traxxas should have just stayed with the platforms that are available right now, with the 1/10 and the 1/24.
Yeah.
Even though they're the only ones right now that have a 1/18 crawler/trail truck. All right, yeah, you have the market cornered on it, but how long is that going to last?
Not long.
Too much longer.
Axial's probably maybe 3 months behind them.
I don't think there's much of a calling for that personally.
For what?
No, I don't think
For
so
1/18 scale.
No.
Because I'll give you a prime example. Drift America RC up in Dallas. They have 124 crawler tracks too. Okay. But they don't do anything bigger than that. They won't allow anything bigger than that because it's just, that's all they want. You know, it's an indoor deal. They don't want big, 110 or anything like that on there because it's built for 124. It can't handle, it won't stand up to the 110s. They're too heavy.
Yeah, but that's just one company in one state in one little town. Now, if they were franchised all over the world, I mean, all over, or I'll say they took over like.
But see, that's just it.
If they went nationwide.
A lot of these indoor RC places are doing the 124 crawler tracks.
Yeah, because you can't. I wouldn't. If I built a 24 scale crawler track, I wouldn't want your 110 on mine.
No, nobody would. Even a 118, you're still going to go probably 2-3 pounds heavier than a 124 could be.
You might be maybe if they have a lot of brass available for that.
Yeah,
you might get close to 2.5 pounds, but it takes a lot of weight to get over 3 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit. But then
you
got to look at the electronics. What electronics are they going to have?
The only thing that I can think of is the Dynamite 2-in-1s.
Right, but are they going to run micro servo still? Or are they going to run a full size servo? Or are they going to run a 540 size can motor? Are they going to run a 380 can? They got to look at what's going to be available for replacement.
Well, that's just it. The only thing you're going to be able to replace it with is be something through Traxxas.
Right.
Because they're the only ones that have it.
Right now, it's a cool factor. People are ordering them. But once that cool factor hits the pocket,
and they realize
they're going to wish that they didn't buy it.
They're going to realize they're stuck with the stock parts and can't do anything with it.
Right. Proline, Hot Bodies, Hot Racing, J Concept, all these aftermarket companies, they're not going to go after one truck.
Nope.
They're going to wait for a whole lineup.
And
right. They're going to wait for the whole lineup to come out before they start producing aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to try and develop all this shit for just one truck.
One good thing is the rims are the same size. So the rims and tires are all going to fit. That's what a lot of people spend their money on also.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Tank, it's a crawler, okay? And we know Traxxas. I mean, look at the suspension arms on a Flash. You tap the things slightly hard and they crack. So the axle housings on a 1/18 scale, you get it in a bind, it's going to break, and it's going to keep breaking because the only thing you can replace it with is a Traxxas part.
Yeah, but to be truthful, the 1/24 and 1/18 scale are very light, and you can't hit it hard enough to break those.
And we're still talking about Traxxas.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's the reason. I broke a suspension arm on the Fortec on the 550 brush motor because it hit a crack in the pavement.
Well, I guess you got unlucky.
Not a fan. It's the reason why the wife's Slash, I bought it used, and we literally gutted that thing as soon as it got there and completely redid the suspension on it. The only thing that's Traxxas left on it, I think, is the chassis plate. Everything else is aftermarket.
Oh, yeah?
Simply, and back in the day, when, just like Dennis said, when they were using that line that they were the fastest in the hobby, they actually were better then. If you can find one of the old cars, you can beat the living daylights out of them and they don't break. I don't know if they went to cheaper materials.
The thing back then, though, is when you bought a Traxxas, and if you walk out of Hobbytown, USA, and then walk into a little mom and pop shop, everybody had Traxxas parts hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they didn't have a choice, because if you want to become a dealer, you had to have stock.
Right. There was more parts for Traxxas hanging on the wall than anything.
Yep.
And the thing is, the aftermarket exploded around them because everybody wanted Traxxas.
Right. And now it's going the opposite for them.
Yeah.
You know, I see every day, you know, people saying what would be the best budget crawler to buy. And everybody right away, they go for TRX4, TRX4, TRX4.
No,
Not me. Not me.
It's not budget.
it's just like Zaman. He said, which should I get, the TRX4 or the base camp? I'm not even a crawler guy. I said, dude, stay away from the Traxxas.
I wouldn't say stay away. But
Well, the thing is the base camp he'll be able to do more with. He won't just kind of run into a brick wall with it. Chassis wise, you guys have a lot more options for the base camp. You've got a lot, basically all through the truck. You've got more options with the base camp and axial than you do with the TRX4. Aftermarket wise, stock wise, it's just a better built truck.
Well, the thing that I see different between the two, and a lot of people can agree with, is if you want to change the body to something totally different, you have to lose the inner fender wells, which is your shock towers.
Yeah.
And then you have to buy the aftermarket shock tower mounts to put on in order to change a body.
Yeah.
Axial, you just change the body.
Exactly.
You know, on a couple of their releases that they had, the 10.2s, yeah, you had to take the inner fenders off, but it wasn't part of your shock towers.
Exactly. Axial designed it knowing that people were going to change stuff, because that's part of the hobby, is the customization.
Right.
So
But
Traxxas.
Otherwise,
there's
you just have a bunch of the same thing running around all the time, and that'd get boring as hell.
And, you know, just like Sean said in the chat, you know, there's a lot more aftermarket parts out for Traxxas than people think.
Yeah, there is. But you got to do a lot more work to Traxxas also.
Mm-hmm.
The downfall that I've seen with the Traxxas is people are blowing up the portal gears left and right, and it's getting hard to get them.
Very.
Where on axial, you blow an axle apart, you just go right back and order another set of axles. They're not hard to get. But every one of the Traxxas trucks is portal. If I
I'm
want
not worried
portal,
about that. I'm not worried about the AL side. I'm worried about the NL side.
if I want to get something with portals, if I have a straight axle truck, I'll buy the portal axles to put on it or do a portal conversion. But Traxxas, you have to convert from portal to straight axle now. And when you do that, it makes it wider.
Right. Which necessarily isn't a bad thing.
You don't want to go wider than what it is. You start getting too wide and it doesn't look scale. It just doesn't look proportioned the way that it should.
yeah, but it performs good, and that's what people care. A lot of people care about the performance. I am not a Traxxas guy. I'm not an axial guy. I'm a scale guy. But for me, either way it works. To me, it's whatever's in in your market, what's close to you for parts availability. If you shop online, if you don't, it's all about getting these parts or upgrade parts in this hobby. It's all about accessibility. That's what I think is going to be good for you.
I
For
mean,
the truck.
just
That's true.
think not even 5 years ago, nobody had a 3D printer in their house. They couldn't afford it. Now you can get one for $150 and go on YouTube or do some research and get you a couple rolls of PLA. You can get 3 rolls of PLA and a 3D printer for under $200, and you can start making your own parts. I mean, when you have a 3D printer, it's endless and it's addictive.
See, then I have to learn how to use Tinkercad slicers and
No, all right. Tinkercad is what it's called. You tinker around in a computer-aided drawing program on a computer. They got so many tutorials and so many things. It's not like it used to be. And a slicer is just a program you use to make it so it turns into an STL file so you can throw it on your printer.
right.
That's all it is. And what a lot of people don't realize is that with a 3D printer, anything I can go from 110, I can go down to any scale I want to and back up for that matter. So anything that's 1/24, I can make 110 scale. Anything that's 110 scale, I can make 24 scale. It's all about the math.
Now, see, if I was going to do something like that, I don't know if I'd do a 3D printer. I might do a pocket CNC.
You're talking a lot of money.
See, that's what you're talking about. We say all these things because we've all said, "Oh, well, I wish I had this. I'd do that." Well, if you had the money, you already have it.
Yeah, that's true. The reason why I don't have a 3D printer, honestly, is they just scare me. My daughter has one.
It's a piece of, all it is a printer, just like your regular old laser printer. Only thing is different. One prints in 1D, 2D, this other one prints in 3D. That's it.
Tank's got his first axle mounted.
I got to mount the shocks now. Almost there.
See, everybody thought, why don't I just go and get a tabletop CNC machine? Well, all right. Well, do you have $3,500 just to throw at it and not know how to use it?
Yeah, that's the other part's the learning curve.
Oh no, not even that. You got the extra money for electric bill when you run it.
Well, you have, the guy that I drive for, he's got the tabletop X-Carve, which it cuts any type of material. It will engrave, it will CNC, it does all that shit.
Right.
Okay, $3,500 for that. Then you have to buy the vacuum system for it.
Yep.
Which is fucking loud as hell, which is another $300. Now once you get that, now you have to buy the bits because it doesn't come with bits. Because you have to figure out what bits you need for the material you want to cut.
Yep.
And the bits that they recommend are $100 for 5 of them.
Yep.
So now with cutting carbon fiber or G10 material, you have to go through a supply company that has those bits for regular machine shops.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can get them in bulk.
I know what you're talking about, Dennis. There's a place online that says if you can print it.
eMachineShop.com.
No, it's not that. It's something else.
Yeah, if you can print it, you can cut it.
Yeah, if you can print it, they can cut it.
Yep.
I forgot what site that was, but yeah, because when it comes to metal, you're talking about power tools. The only power tool I need is a Dremel.
I mean, prime example. Look at
with a Dremel.
Look at Hemistorm. Hemistorm had gotten an X-Carve about 6 years ago. and he used it to design the Yeti Double XL. It's a one-of-a-kind truck.
Yep.
It took him months to figure that out. He took 2 axial Yetis, cut them in half, and had to start from scratch on a chassis.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He used that thing so much that he doesn't even use it anymore. It just sits there collecting dust.
Well, he got a new one.
But I know he got that new, what the hell is that big ass printer that he got?
Well, it does everything. It does CNC. It does 3D printing. It does everything. You just have to change the head. It's stupid, that thing, what it does.
It comes with a stupid price too.
Oh yes, I know. I looked.
6-7 grand.
I looked.
No, I just, when it comes to RC, you got that kid over in, I guess he's either in Hong Kong or Japan, Johnny Q90 on YouTube. He does some amazing stuff, and he's got that little CNC that just freaking rocks. It's just, and the thing is that I went and looked at what he's got. And Dennis is right. It's $3,000, but we're sitting here a lot. For some of these chassis, we're basically buying stuff out of China. When if we had something like that, we could make our own out of pretty much whatever we wanted to make it out of. If I wanted to go get a block of titanium and make knuckles, carriers, and caster blocks for whatever, I could. But it's the thing is that to be able to justify the cost, it just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to just use it for me. I would have to be.
That's it. Thanks, Swamper. Sin cut sin. Sorry.
Yeah, you'd have to.
I'd have to be selling something.
To sell it.
Yeah.
To justify the purchase.
Right.
And that's the same thing. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, so the reason I got a 3D printer, I just wanted something different to do. I was like, I'm getting back into RC. What's one thing I wanted to cut down on cost of buying extra parts from a store. And it's worked out great.
Right.
My 3D printers paid for itself many times over.
Right. And 3D printing, you don't have to have that need to try to justify the purchase when you do something, because there's so many files out there that you can make these little trinket toys for kids and just hand them out to the kids.
Oh, I made a little. My mom has I forgot what year it is. It's a Honda CRV. She only uses it to carry stuff in because her other car is a Jag. But anyway, the hood rod holder to hold the rod to hold the hood up, the catcher was to store it was missing. I just went on there. Well, let me print it out. Okay, so I'm going to take me 10 minutes and stand it, and let me make it a fine detail, and let me put it in 100% infill. I did that last year, and it's still in it right now. I can make some kitchen stuff. I mean, I can make all kinds of stuff.
Does yours also? Will yours also print in carbon reinforced nylon?
Yep. The only thing I got to do there is change the extruder. I just got to get a higher temperature extruder. That's it. And those are only $40, maybe.
Because see, with that, one of my problems with the P51, and it took months to get the part, was the exhaust. Because the engine is modified, I had to have a custom exhaust made for it. Had I been able to print in carbon reinforced nylon, I could have 3D printed the exhaust.
It would have cost you about the same as much as getting one made.
Yeah. And that's true, but I wouldn't have waited 4.5 months to get it. I'd had it in a week,
Yeah, I when
And
I
it would
first
have held
started
up in the
3D
temperature
printing,
too.
I was doing little things. Now I'm printing chassis. I printed a body. I mean, the thing about, and another thing you do with a slicer, you can make it thicker, you can make it wider, smaller, what have you. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm messing around with Tinkercad, and I'm trying to justify myself getting Fusion 360, but I haven't justified it yet.
Okay, what's that?
Fusion 360 is a program online that you download on your computer. It's like Tinkercad on steroids with big boobs. Best way I can put it. It's awesome. The learning curve is not there. They got classes. They teach you, walk you through everything. I mean, but yeah.
You know, you're talking to a guy whose only experience with CAD was on an Apple IIe in high school.
Shit. Damn.
Okay, that was the last time I touched a CAD program. So
No, they're a lot
now,
easier now because
now you understand why they scare me,
no, it's a lot easier now
because I
because you
can't
have
remember
programs.
shit.
You know when you get on a website somewhere or on a program somewhere, and there's a little tab that says help. Click on that every now and again. There's a lot of things in there that'll tell you what to do and what not to do. If people would stop going the easy route and just stop and read before they call everybody and the president, it'd be a lot easier.
You know, I don't know. One of these days, I will get myself into something to where it's going to happen. I can already see it coming. Where I'm going to have to just break down and get one, and because it's just there's things I'd like to do sometimes with some of this stuff that I go looking for the parts, can't find them, and then I got to go find a guy like Corey Atkins who does this, who basically 3D prints for people, and pay him to do it.
I'm not that good yet.
You know,
I mean, I can make you a scale desk. I can make you tools. Hell, I can print you out a couple chassis, 24 chassis. But I want to get to the point where I want to design my own shit, and that's why I like Tinkercad and Fusion 360, because if it's raining and my wife is asleep or at work and I ain't got nowhere to go, I'm gonna sit in front of this computer and try to figure this stuff out. It's like, because my next project is making anti-phones.
Oh.
No, that's anti-phones.
Well, hurry up.
I'm hurrying. I'm reading on it. Hold your hormones there, brother. Because if I had another 3D printer, oh my goodness.
Well, it's just like you mentioned PLA. I also know that there's somewhere out there, I don't even know what it's called, but there's a material that's almost like rubber.
TPU.
Okay, TBU. Here's my question. Okay. A company, tires. Okay, let's talk about tires.
Good night, Swampers.
Take care, Bill.
Night, butter.
Tires won't work. Here's why tires won't work. Because rubber is more forgiving. Like, let me take this out. Matter of fact. All right, this right here is the TPU anti-foam.
Right.
And eventually, this is going to deteriorate and go away.
Right.
As for if you do that with a tire, every time you get it wet, every time it heats up, yeah, it'll just fall apart. That's
Okay.
why you're not going to use molten rubber. No, it's not going to work.
What annex one was that you had in your hand?
Three Brothers. I've had these for a year now, year and a half.
And you still haven't put them in anything?
I just took them out of the tire to show you, knucklehead. Damn.
Man. So, Chris, what's your next question?
I'm actually out of questions. Oh,
Out of questions.
yeah.
That's why I like doing these Tuesdays. There's always questions. We have a direction.
Yeah.
Sundays is a free for all. We just talk about whatever. We get on here and
Well, Chris, what's your thought on what we were just talking about between the 3D printing and all that?
I mean, 3D printing is cool. I mean, I would like to try to learn how to do it, but that might be a little too much for me at the moment to do that.
okay.
3D printing, I'm still learning, and it's getting easier and easier as I keep doing it. It's one of those things you definitely, if you don't print every day, you need to at least print something once a week to keep it fresh in your head, because it's like today I couldn't figure out why my bed, when the nozzle came down, it touched the bed and bent the bed. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I gotta think. You have to think on your feet, because it's like I have a glass bed and it's tempered, but if I break that, I'm screwed until I get a new one.
Yeah.
And you gotta know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, YouTube and Google are your friends. When it comes to anything. So, I mean anything. But that's what I did. I watched a lot of YouTube. I joined Patreon. I forgot his name. His name is Chet. He's a 3D printer.
Do you think 3D printers could say print a mold and a plug to use for, say, either carbon fiber or fiberglass layup?
Huh?
All right, so let's say I'm wanting to make a composite part. Okay. What material would I use coming out of a 3D printer to make the mold to do the layup for that part? Wouldn't be PLA, because that'd be too soft.
Oh, you're talking about like a negative mold.
Yeah, negative mold and a plug.
You wouldn't use a 3D printer for that.
Why couldn't you?
Because that's a waste of time. Why would I want to make a negative mold? Why would I make a mold period when I can just print it out myself?
Because, okay, here's the thing. The part is structural to the point where the 3D printing itself wouldn't be strong enough. We're talking like, say, I'm trying to think of a good example.
Why wouldn't you just use molding sand?
Because you're not pouring it. It's a carbon fiber layup. So it has to be put under vacuum.
Then you would just print it in carbon fiber. I mean, you wouldn't be using a 3D printer.
Getting her tank.
Yep. Now I got to do the links, the steering.
You're moving fast on that, man.
I just started it last night, and it goes pretty fast. What's going to take a long time is the body.
Yeah, that body's going to take forever. But anyway.
You'll be running the chassis by day after tomorrow, though, while you're working on the body.
All right. Here's your filaments that people use. You have ABS, PETG, PLA, carbon fiber, nylon, flex, HIPS, PVA, and EPLA. So if you want something printed out of carbon fiber, I wouldn't make a mold out of it. I just print it in carbon fiber.
Well, that's just it. Let's say it's a structural part that's under heavy load. say like a wing spar in a plane?
They're doing that now.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of parts that SpaceX uses and NASA, a lot of those parts are 3D printed parts now.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You got to think 3D printing came out way before we got these bad boys in our house.
Yeah.
And their 3D printing machines are big as houses.
Right. But I'm talking about, let's say I wanted to do that in my house for an RC plane. All right. I'm still at that point. I'm still limited to using carbon fiber fabric and laying it up because I can't afford a $6 million 3D printer that can do structural parts.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that the structural part you need can be printed on a 3D printer.
Right. I know that.
So why would you make it? See, you lost me. You said make a mold because it's a structural part, but I make structural parts out of PLA all the time. And the only reason PLA breaks is because of the heat. That's the only reason. I have found a cure for that. Epoxy.
And just like Radioactive Scale just said in the chat, they have 3D printers that print in metal.
Yeah.
But for home use, your best bet if you're trying to print out a structural part for an aircraft. First of all, you're not just going to print that piece because if I'm making a part, I'm making a connecting part for where it's going to be connected to wherever it's going. That's going to be a whole piece because the plugs is not going to work.
Not in an RC plane, not necessarily. It would be just the spar because then you would be attaching wood to that.
Wow, you're gonna all right. Say I print this out for you. How are you attaching the spar to the wing?
The spar is the main structure of the wing. Then you attach either balsa or plywood ribs to that.
Okay, all right. When you're building this, what are you using to connect it together? What's keeping it together?
Isol adhesive.
Well, okay. I just don't see why you would want to.
Because a carbon fiber spar is stronger than.
I understand that, but you can buy
lighter.
In order for me to print in the carbon fiber, only thing I have to do is get a nozzle that goes in a higher temperature. I think it's up to 300 and some degrees Celsius. That's all I need in a carbon fiber PLA. A carbon fiber filament. That's it.
All right.
And a vacuum. And you don't want to print carbon fiber in a house anyway.
It stinks. Interesting.
Radio test for an RC plane, you want to print in ABS and PETG anyway.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber is more for your if you're making an F1 car, I can see carbon fiber. If you're making a boat, I can see carbon fiber, but not in a plane.
Well, actually, the RC planes use carbon fiber a lot nowadays. Especially the acrobatic planes. They're actually using a lot more carbon fiber than wood anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Radioactive PLA is it won't hold up, but PETG is so nasty to work with. Oh,
yeah.
I've tried it, and ABS that stinks worse than carbon fiber.
I hear that.
All right, Chris, what were you going to say?
We're going ahead and start ending the stream here because 5 o'clock comes early for me.
Yes, it does.
So,
all right, guys.
Go ahead.
Y'all have a good night, and probably see you Sunday on Kurt's.
All right, see you there.
All right.
Have fun, Tank. I want to see pictures of that when it's done, dude.
Oh, you will.
All right, cool. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man.
Later.
Eric, you want to say anything before you go?
Thanks, Chris, for the invite. It's always fun. It's always interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I'm glad to see everybody that's out there. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Y'all have a good night.
All right. And Tank.
Well, thanks a lot for the invite. Thanks for putting this together and taking up for Tamayo Tuesday. That's awesome. And keep up the good work. And meanwhile, go charge up some batteries and go out there and break something. Because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having fun. See you later.
All right. And Dennis.
Chris, thanks for doing this on Tuesdays. It's always a good time. Definitely makes it interesting.
Having a topic.
I didn't say that.
I know.
That just makes it interesting. Even though we don't have a topic, just to throw in some random questions here and there. And, just enjoy hanging out with you guys and talking RC.
Oh, cool. And lastly, myself, thank everybody in the panel and in the chat and people who are watching. Appreciate it. And sorry I didn't have a good topic for tonight. I just was trying to think of some good stuff to think about and talk about. And I just really couldn't do it. So
Slacking off, slacker.
it happens, I got to come up with some ideas. Sometimes this stuff ain't easy.
Yeah, especially repeating. Did we talk about that? Did we talk?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to think. Trying to look back at did we talk about this? Should I talk about this again? Maybe they won't know because a lot of these guys are just older guys, so they won't know.
Asshole.
Oh, stupid.
All right. Anyway, hope y'all have a great rest of the week, and make sure you check out Tank's stream on Thursday night at what?
Jeez.
9:30.
9:30. Okay, sorry.
You're the one I don't get an invite to.
Me either.
What do you mean you don't get an invite to it?
No, I get an invite.
I don't.
Well, you should be on the email list. Send me an email. I'll put it on the email list.
Copy that.
Yeah,
The
make
Tank
sure. Make sure you send his wife this video.
Yeah, the tankrc@gmail.com.
Mhm.
And you guys got my wife's email, so send her the link to this video when I told her that she's got her own office, which is the laundry room.
They're naked
And all women needs to be barefoot pregnant doing the dishes.
Yep, we'll see you Thursday night in the laundry room. I just don't want to see you bare naked washing dishes.
Right.
Barefoot naked.
Barefoot naked. All right. All right. Anyway, later.
Later, chat.